John, I know you've got the farmers who grow the Coca-Cola berries very well organized. So can I just move you on a bit? Yeah, I mean, you sell something around 4 billion bottles and cans in Great Britain alone. How can you reduce the environmental impact of the packaging without, I think you marketers would call it, without harming the customer experience, but I would put it without making it dull?
Yeah, well, it's a legitimate question. But I'd have to say consumers love our brands. We have the most iconic brand in the world. They really enjoy having it on the go. And we have concluded we're going to be the industry leader in sustainability, and specifically, to your question, in the area of package reusability and recyclability. In fact, we've made a clear commitment that by 2020, we will either reuse or recycle more than all of the packages that we produce and sell. And that's a huge commitment. You mentioned in your introductory remarks that we have formed a joint venture with Ecoplastics and put together in Lincolnshire the biggest plastic reprocessing facility in Europe so that we can have reprocessed plastic to put in our plastic bottles. And in fact, up to 25% of the plastic that you now have in bottles, Coke bottles in Great Britain and throughout Europe is made from reprocessed plastic. We've also made a huge commitment behind what we call plant PET, and up to 25% of the plastic that's in our Coke bottles today is from non-petroleum sources. It's from sugarcane and molasses, and that number with technology developments is going to go up over time. So clear commitment on recycling. The Olympics, I would say, which are hugely successful, as I think you all know, but are without a doubt the most sustainable Olympics in history. And Coca-Cola is really pleased to be not only the longest Olympic sponsor since 1928, but very committed to making sure that everything that's done at the Olympics is with sustainability in mind. We've committed, for example, that all products will be recycled. We've indicated that within 6 weeks, the product that you consume in a plastic bottle, within 6 weeks, it will be back on a store shelf as 25% of another plastic bottle. All of the coolers are HFC-free and energy conserved designed coolers. We have 14 biogas trucks that transport all of our products. We have a voltaic warehouse 4 miles from the Olympic Park, which has solar panels, solar cells, solar heating, solar everything, and is reducing the carbon footprint of a normal warehouse by over 50%.
One's tempted to say, well, good for you, but you've got all the huge resources of Coca-Cola to do this. Is this just a matter of will, or do you have to be in the position that Coca-Cola's in to achieve the kind of results you're talking about?
No, I think it's a matter of leadership. I mean, at the end of the day, we started on our sustainability journey some 6 to 7 years ago, starting very much with a personal view I have, as well as a commitment that our leadership team took. We have a sustainability committee of the board. We're one of only 22% of Fortune 500 companies in the United States that actually has a board sustainability committee, which again, I think is an indication of leadership and commitment to sustainability. So no, I don't think size is the issue. I think it's leadership. And we said we're going to be leaders. We're going to ultimately, by 2020, have water neutrality, which means we will use no more water than the water we're actually selling you in this product. And we've got the leading factories in the world, actually in France, and Great Britain's right behind in terms of water consumption per liter. We're down to 1.2 liters per liter. So close to, and we're going to get to 1-to-1 by 2020. We've said we're going to reduce the carbon footprint of this beverage by 1/3, even though we plan to be selling hopefully a lot more products. We reduced the carbon footprint, and that's doable. Last year, we reduced our total carbon footprint by 8.5%, and we sold 4.5% more products at the same time. So at the end of the day, it's leadership.
Tim, confectionery a lot of people who sort of care about these kind of things think, why is there so much packaging around this? Why do you have to peel off the purple from the Cadbury's bar and then the silver paper or gold paper or whatever it might be? What strides are you making as far as Kraft and Cadbury are concerned?
We've made significant strides in reducing our packaging. We also have a commitment that we've made that by 2015 we will reduce our total global packaging by 50,000 metric tons. Of late, you know, if you want to talk specifically on confectionery or chocolate, and you can see it on your local Tesco or other M&S retailer shelves, and that is we have moved on our iconic block Cadbury Dairy Milk from the old envelope and foil that you've referenced, that we remember from years ago, to a flow wrap, so one layer of film packaging. And we've also made great strides in many of our other businesses. Kenco, again, a great coffee business here in the UK. We launched the Echo Refill Pack just a few years back. 97% less packaging than the traditional Kenco coffee glass jar. We've also slimmed down our jars. So each and every year there are additional specific initiatives aimed at all elements of the sustainability wheel, including packaging. And you know, I feel good about the progress we've made. Importantly, you look at whether it's the dairy milk example I gave or the Kenco example, what we see again is when you do the right thing, you tend to be rewarded as well in terms of consumer loyalty to the brand. And in both cases, we've seen a pickup in sales.
Richard, is this really true, or do people want things in their bags when they go to Marks and Spencer?
On the packaging specifically, there's an awful lot that can be done on a continuous journey of improvement. And in the last 5 years, we've taken 48% out of our clothing packaging and 25% out of our foods. And in that process also dramatically reduced the number and types of substrate that we use. So much simpler and much easier for the consumer to recycle at the end. There's always more work to do, but that's an important step. I think what should never be underestimated is how important customers think this is. They believe in this, they understand the issues. Does that drive behavior ultimately? Then not yet. The reference was made about 5 a day, the reference was made about the amount of exercise. People understand these things. Does it drive them to a certain behavior? Does it put, I want something sustainable above another attribute? It's the right price, it's in fashion, it fits me well, it coordinates with my outfit, it's going to be great for dinner this evening. Sustainability is in there. What we have a responsibility to do as producers is deliver for them, do the heavy lifting, make it easy. How do we deliver for them the things that they want? And as we all as consumers want better value, we want exciting, innovative products that meet our needs. How do we deliver that and sustainability? Without charging them more, without reducing the performance of the product, and without compromising the design credentials, the usability, the innovation that goes with new and developed products.